All right, ready to see your medicine cabinet in a whole new light.
Intriguing.
We're uncovering a link you might not expect.
Oh, tell me more.
It's your medications and your pearly whites. Surprising, right?
You know, most people don't realize there's a connection at all.
We were surprised too. We dug into the research. Painkillers, allergy meds, even antidepressants.
All those everyday things.
Exactly. Could be impacting your dental health.
It's more common than you'd think.
And we're not just talking sugary syrups here.
Right, this goes way beyond that.
Thrush, gum problems.
Even the bones in your jaw can be affected.
Okay, that part freaks me out a little. I mean, I use ibuprofen like it's candy. And allergy meds. My springtime saviors.
I hear you. But that's why we're doing this deep dive. Knowledge is power, right?
Totally. So where do we even begin?
It all starts with understanding saliva.
Saliva, I mean, it's just there.
Most people think of it as just kind of gross, honestly.
Yeah.
But it's crucial for a healthy mouth.
Okay, so, break it down for me. What's so special about spit?
Well, saliva is constantly working to repair your tooth enamel.
No way, really?
It's true. Through a process called remineralization.
Fancy word.
It also washes away food, controls bacteria.
Mm.
Think of it like your mouth's bodyguard.
A bodyguard. So certain medications, they mess with my bodyguard's ability to, do its job.
Exactly. Many common medications can cause dry mouth as a side effect. It's so common it has a name, xerostomia.
Xerostomia. Gotta try and work that into conversation later. Okay, dry mouth, we've all been there. But is it really that big of a deal?
It can be. Without saliva's protection, your mouth becomes vulnerable.
Vulnerable how?
Well, think about it. No saliva means more tooth decay, gum disease,
Oh, that's not good.
and even something called dental erosion.
Dental erosion. What is that? Some kind of acid trip for your teeth?
Uh-huh. Not quite. But you're on the right track. It's a chemical process. Without enough saliva, the acids in your food and drinks, even just natural acids, can start to wear away your enamel.
Wait, seriously, so my orange juice is slowly dissolving my teeth?
It's not quite that
But
dramatic.
you're not saying it isn't tea.
Over time, it can lead to sensitivity, discoloration, even tooth loss.
This is blowing my mind. Saliva is way more important than I ever realized.
And we're just getting started. We haven't even gotten to the long list of culprits yet.
Culprits. You mean like a lineup of medications that could be drying us out?
Exactly. And you might be surprised by some of the names on the list.
Okay, so knowing my love of allergy meds kept me with it. What are some of the usual suspects?
Well, you're already familiar with antihistamines and decongestants.
Oh, I practically live on those during allergy season.
But it doesn't stop there. Antidepressants, Celexa, Paxil, Prozac, they can cause it too.
No way.
Muscle relaxers like Flexeril, Robaxin, some blood pressure medications. They're all on the list.
So my quest for a good night's sleep could be sabotaging my oral health. That's messed up.
And don't forget about diuretics. Often prescribed for high blood pressure, those can lead to decreased saliva production as well.
Ugh. Talk about a double-edged sword. You take meds to feel better, but then those meds secretly wage war on your mouth.
And we haven't even gotten to how chemotherapy treatments can impact oral health yet.
Oh man, I bet that's a whole other level.
We'll save that for after the break. But the good news is, it's not always about avoiding these medications entirely.
Don't scare me like that. I thought I was going to have to toss out my entire medicine cabinet.
No need for that, but it is important to be informed. Understanding the risks can help you manage them.
Okay, so what can we do?
Well, that's where we get to talk solutions. Simple but effective strategies you can start using today.
You're killing me with the suspense here.
We'll be right back after a quick break. Don't go anywhere.
All right, back to those solutions. I need to know how to protect those pearly whites.
Absolutely. But before we get to that, remember we promised to circle back to chemotherapy.
Right. That's a whole other beast entirely.
It is. It's such an important topic,
Right.
but we want to be sensitive too.
Of course, chemo is no joke.
Right? Those going through it are incredibly strong. But knowledge is power, even in tough situations.
I totally agree. So how does chemo impact oral health specifically? It's not something you immediately think about.
Well, chemo drugs are powerful, right? They target and destroy rapidly dividing cells.
Which is good. That's how they fight the cancer.
Exactly. But that also includes some healthy cells, like the ones in our mouths.
Oh no. Collateral damage, those poor cells.
It's a common and unfortunate side effect. And remember how crucial saliva is.
Yes. My mouth's bodyguard. Don't tell me chemo messes with that too.
Unfortunately, it can. Dry mouth from chemo is often more severe, and that can lead to a cascade of other issues.
Like what?
Well, on top of everything else, difficulty swallowing, even speaking.
Wow, that is rough, especially when you're already going through so much.
Absolutely. And our research uncovered a few other surprising side effects.
Oh, like what?
For instance, chemotherapy can actually impact the bones in your jaw. There's an increased risk of something called osteonecrosis.
Osteo what now?
Osteonecrosis.
Mm.
It's a condition where the bone tissue starts to die.
Seriously, that sounds incredibly painful.
It can be. And it can even lead to infections, even bone loss in severe cases.
Okay, this is all pretty heavy stuff. So are you going to tell me what I can do to minimize these risks? I'm assuming those exist.
Absolutely. There are definitely things you can do for side effects from everyday medications or the more serious impacts from chemo.
Thank goodness. I was starting to get a little anxious there.
It's all about being proactive, right?
Right, so tell us, what can we do?
Sometimes the simplest solutions are the most effective. Like, how much water do you drink each day?
Oh, come on. You're not going to tell me to drink 8 glasses a day, are you?
8 glasses is ideal, it's true. Staying hydrated helps keep your mouth moist even when medications are working against you.
Okay, fine. I know water is important. But 8 glasses? That's a lot, especially for a coffee addict like me.
Start small. Even swapping 1 cup of coffee for water can make a difference.
Okay, I can try that. What about, I don't know, chewing gum? Does that help at all?
You're on the right track. Sugar-free gum in particular is great for stimulating saliva flow.
So it's like sending in those reinforcements to fight off the bad guys. I like it. But we've covered hydration, snacking. What else is there?
Honestly, this next one might be the easiest but most overlooked tip of all.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
Talk to your dentist.
Okay. That does seem kind of obvious. Don't most people see their dentist regularly?
They should. But when was the last time you told your dentist about all the medications you're taking?
Now that you mention it, I can't say that I ever have.
You're not alone.
Yeah.
Many people don't think to do it, but it's crucial.
Really? So we should be telling our dentists about everything. Prescriptions, over-the-counter meds.
Everything. Even herbal supplements you might be taking.
Wow, okay. I had no idea it was that important.
It is. It gives your dentist the full picture, so to speak.
I see. So my dentist can be my partner in crime when it comes to protecting my oral health.
Precisely. They can personalize your care plan, offer specific advice.
It's wild how interconnected all of this is, right? Who knew that popping a pill for a headache could have such a big impact on my mouth?
Exactly. Our mouths are not isolated from the rest of our bodies. And what we put into our bodies can directly affect our oral health.
Okay, you're right. It's important. But back to my original question. What was this easy but overlooked tip?
I told you, talk to your dentist.
Right, I remember. But seriously, that's it.
It might seem simple, but it makes a world of difference. Your dentist needs all the information to provide the best care.
Okay, I can see that. More information is always good.
Exactly. Think of it like putting together a puzzle.
Okay.
Your dentist needs all the pieces, medications included, to get the full picture of your oral health.
Right, to see how everything fits together. So we've covered hydration, chewing gum, and talking to our dentist.
And understanding how crucial saliva is. Don't underestimate the power of spit.
Haha, never again. Seriously, this deep dive has been eye-opening. Who knew medications could impact oral health in so many ways?
It's all connected. What we put into our bodies directly affects our mouths.
You know, when you think about it that way, it makes perfect sense. But it's not something most people would consider.
That's why we're here, to uncover those hidden connections and empower you guys with knowledge.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power and a healthy mouth.
You got it.
Eee.
So as we wrap up, what's the one thing you'll take away from this deep dive?
Besides my newfound respect for saliva, honestly, it's the importance of communication, talking to my doctor, my dentist, really advocating for my health.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
It's like they're on my team, and I need to keep them in the loop so we can all work together.
Exactly. So tell me, are you ready to have those conversations? Be proactive about your oral health.
You bet. I'm ready to be the MVP of my own health journey.
That's the spirit.
And on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive into the surprising link between medications and your mouth.
Oh,
Big thanks to you for joining us and for sharing your expertise.
my pleasure. It's always great to be here.
And to all our listeners, we hope you learned something new today. Remember, knowledge is power, so keep asking questions and stay curious about your health. We'll see you next time for another deep dive.